Hi all, welcome to this Bayern Munich team predictions video. This one I think will be interesting to see how they do for a few of the individual players like Alphonso Davies and even Lewandowski for that matter. But as a whole, I think this could see quite a few interesting changes, and we'll hopefully get into it as the video goes on. So if you can smash links, as always, much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. And comment down below your thoughts for Bayern Munich. Who's going to get an upgrade, downgrade, stay the same, all that good stuff. So starting off with Neuer, we're giving him an upgrade to an 89. Very strong season from him, and I feel he is worthy of going back up a rating. He has had a consistent season with injuries not being an issue really, and just putting a good season behind them on all fronts, and I feel that's going to help his cause. Alba is quite a tricky one because obviously he's been playing centre back more, and I was obviously making sure my research, I thought a centre back version of Alba could be quite insane if they kept his stats the same. Now I'm assuming he'll stay as an 85. I don't really see anything that will downgrade him, and I don't see anything that would upgrade him. So an 85 version at centre back could be quite insane at the start of FIFA if you can back him and put him in your team. Obviously we're so used to him as a left back, or even as a CDM if you've ever had the chance to try him out as a CDM when he's had position change. But that is kind of my thinking, that he will be a centre back and it will probably stay around the same stats this year. Alphonso Davies, we are upgrading to an 82. He obviously got quite an upgrade throughout the year in terms of going from a 72 to then having a moments card that went to an 86, which was based on his card from last year, and then he was given a team of the season just to kind of round off his year, which was actually one of the most insane left backs in the game for stats, even though it was kind of let down in one area, which was shooting, because it was hoping to be in the 80 plus club but not to be. However, I feel just on the basis of the whole season, I feel he'll be around 82 rated and could have a lot of really good stats. Like, I've just generally put him up mostly up by 10 on everything. Like, they might like his defending, though, we have boosted up by 15 in particular, but it comes down to how they want to go about it. As I said, stats are just a guess. Ratings and stats are just guesswork, so we're just trying to go with what we think could happen, might not, but it's time will tell. Hernandez and Sula downgrades just due to injuries and game time for them. That's kind of the big thing for them. Hernandez might have stayed the same if he hadn't got injured, possibly. You might the same for Sula if it comes to it, but I'd say just downgrades of one, maybe just minor stat adjustments on them. Kimmich position change from a right back to a CDM, kind of going the way of Philip Lahm. When he Lahm obviously started his career, he was a left back, he went right back, and Pep put him as a CDM, and it seems like Kimmich is kind of going through the same kind of vein. Now Kimmich could easily still stay as a right back, it is worth noting, but we feel that Kimmich will go up to an 88 and be a very nice looking card despite the lack of pace, but I'm sure we can all still get around it regardless. That's what Kimstell's there to help with. Goretzka up to an 86, kind of establishing himself more season by season in midfield and looking pretty insane, possibly pushing towards the 80 plus club and not far off it in all honesty. Probably needs an informer to achieve that early in FIFA. Thomas Muller is getting an upgrade to an 87. He always gets, the Thomas Muller situation always gets brought up every year. It's like he's like 86 rated, and it's like his stats never make sense for an 86. But last season was one of his best seasons, and I would say he deserves an upgrade. If he's not going to get an upgrade, then he never will, sadly, which is a shame because he more than deserves it. Thiago, even though he may be leaving for Liverpool, we've still got to kind of factor him for Bayern for now. We feel he'll stay roughly as he is. He may go up 1 to an 88, but I feel 87 is what he will stay. Gnabry will go up to an 86 from an 84. so that's quite a big boost for him to make him a lot more appealing. Lewandowski should be at least minimum 91. Could even hit 92, but I feel 91 is at least what he will hit. But definitely probably the best player maybe in the world at the moment, so in theory you probably could deserve bumping up to 92. So we'll see how that one plays out, but as I said, 91, 92 is where he will be for FIFA 21. Subs and reserves, Neuer is joined the club. He will probably be kind of seen now as the heir apparent to Neuer, usually is the case from young German goalkeepers. Neuer had a good season for Schalke in general, and we've boosted him up to a 79, and definitely looks a little bit more usable, and it helps for SBCs. Pavard, we're giving a minor upgrade to an 81, and also is now going to be as a right back. That's where he's been mostly playing. So not the most appealing right back in the world, but for an SBC you kind of need it, and with rating and non-rare kind of probably helping his cause. There is also talk of him potentially going. Boateng and Tolisso and Javi Martinez all joining the downgrade club. Just a mix of game time, injuries. Even though Boateng's been playing a decent amount of games, it's kind of like age is going against him as well. So Boateng 84 to an 83, Tolisso an 83 to an 82, and Javi Martinez an 84 to an 82. Definitely helps SBCs. Let's put it that way, if you're struggling to do Bayern when the league SBC drops. Coleman we're keeping as he is an 84. I didn't feel convinced enough to upgrade him or even downgrade him, but there is potential room for him to go up to an 85, but as I said, I wasn't convinced enough to do either. Leroy Sané obviously joined from Manchester City. He is an 86. Due to injuries and game time and all that, we've downgraded him from an 86 to an 84. It's quite a drop, but he may not go as much. But as I said, we're thinking 2 just because he literally didn't play like at all last year. So that's kind of a big reasoning for that. Other players, in terms of like their youngsters and also maybe other reserves like Ulrich. So you've got Ulrich will probably either stay the same or a minor downgrade, maybe say 1. Sarpreet Singh, even though he plays in the Bayern Munich second team in the 3rd tier, there is still a chance that he gets given a first team card. So I would imagine he'll stay around 69 rated. Zirkzee was a 62 bronze, and I feel he will get given a upgrade to a 67. He played very well in for the second team in the 3rd tier, and played alright for when he came into the first team and given a chance. Arp, I think, will stay as he is. I don't really feel convinced enough to. There is talk of him going to Bayer Leverkusen, apparently. I've seen that in a few notices, so I'm not sure if that's true. Also, he's been playing between the first and the second team. And then Cousins is another one. I don't really see him getting an upgrade or a downgrade. Not convinced enough, despite him getting a bit more game time, especially after they kind of wrapped up the title. He was getting a bit of game time under wraps. But there may be other youngsters from second team that may get brought into the first team. Time will tell, of course. But for me, this is probably the main kind of like say 23 to focus on. And obviously, if Thiago goes in, they'll obviously maybe bring elsewhere to kind of strengthen up the team. But from an SBC view, it ticks quite a lot of the boxes, but also high rated caliber players ticks a lot of those boxes as well. Definitely be some fun cards to potentially look forward to, like Davis, Goretzka, Lewandowski. So plenty to get excited about. But hopefully you find this useful as always, folks. So let me know in the comment down below who you think will get an upgrade or a downgrade from Bayern Munich, and who also may stay the same actually. Also factor that in as well. So let me know that in the comments. Smash the like as always, folks, would be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GSLegend. As I said, all links down below in the description as always. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.